Good evening, one and all present here. And today evening, I would like to invite all the students with kind attention about digital payment. And we have a legend here, Dr. CA Gopal Krishna Raju sir. And we'll start the session with our ICAI motto song. And I request everyone to stand for the motto song.
Yaesha Sutteshu Jagrati Yaesha Sutteshu Jagrati Kamam 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 Pursho Nirvimana Nirvimana Tadeva Shudra Brahma
Thank you. Now, I would request CA Vijay Lakshmi ma'am, SIRC team to introduce the Rajinikanth of Valuation, CA Dr. Gopal Krishna Raju sir. Thank you.
Very good evening. Shruti sir. Yeah. Very good evening to all of you. Overwhelmed by the crowd which has gathered here. As somebody expressed in the entrance, ma'am, are you taken by surprise? I said, yes, I am. So here we are for this gathering for the National Financial and Tax Literacy Drive awareness campaign that has been initiated by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Many among you, MCS batch and ITT batch as well as orientation batch, both in the morning and the evening have been requested to play an active part. Some of you had, even done look at place, participated in it. Today morning we had a Padayatra and students were very enthusiastic about the same. I was very happy to note, ma'am, this is done in a more organized way and we can, make our own placards and, ask questions to the common public. By preparing the data ourselves, it would be more interesting. So I said, we will certainly take this into purview and we will do such similar activities with SICASA in the future. So now coming to introduction of our chief guest, as rightly introduced by Monica, C. Gopala Krishna Raju sir is a registered insolvency professional and registered valuer from Chennai. And he is a tax assurance and restructuring partner of Mrs. ICAI Gopal Rao and Company Chartered Accountants with numerous branches ranging from Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Madurai, Tiruchirappalli and Tiruvallur. So GK sir hails from a family of chartered accountant. His father, mother, younger brother and wife all are practicing chartered accountants. GKR served consecutive 3 terms of 9 years from 2010 to 2019 as Southern India Regional Council member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. He has also been awarded the honorary doctorate in governance of GST in government sector by Mother Teresa University, Melbourne, Australia. GKR is an independent director's data bank and have qualified with distinction the online proficiency self-assessment test conducted by the Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs. He has, 2 more pages of, qualifications and experience which he has gathered over years. But I would like to leave at this and give the dais to him to present to all of you. And I would like to tell you, he is a person who is sharing a lot of knowledge with members like us, giving value addition to members like us. You're all really blessed to have him today to share something on this tax and financial literacy drive. Because in the morning when I interacted, in fact, we ourselves as students, you yourself as students, have to a long way to go to gain certain practical literacy aspects. Is it not? See, for example, people do not know whether credit card cash can be withdrawn. And what is the highest tax rate a credit card attracts? What is the lowest tax rate which a credit card attracts? Certain basic details which a family member or a family friend might ask you. Sometimes in a family gathering, I find CA students, are not able to give or share that information ready-made with others. So I think this journey here with Sir will make you very curious to gather data and make yourself a consultant right from now till you gain your qualification in the future. So wish you all the best and welcome, Sir, to share your knowledge. Thank you.
For your kind introduction and a shirt to the podium. We'll start the session, sir.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். Srimati Vijayalakshmi, the Dean of SIRC of ICAI, the future Chartered Accountants of ICAI, a very warm good evening to one and all. At the outset, I'm thrilled to be part of this Jan Jagruta, the biggest national financial tax literacy program of ICAI. We are the second largest accounting body in terms of numbers and in terms of the productivity and in terms of support to government. We always stand first to Government of India. We are a number. The strength of our, we can call it as a family of ICAI. There are 3 pillars. One is the internal pillar. The 2 are the external pillars. The external pillars are, one is members. We have 3 lakh plus members across length and breadth of the country and also outside India. There is one surprise here. When my introduction was given, they were introducing, I am from a family of chartered accountants. I always make this point that I am driven by 2 women chartered accountants. One is my mother, another is my wife. When my mother used to write her chartered accountancy exam, we were kids, small. And when we means myself and my younger brother, when we were doing our chartered accountancy course, she used to say that she would be the only lone lady candidate writing examination at that point of time. But today, I'm able to see women future chartered accountants, they outnumber boys. That is evident from our membership strength. close to 25% of our membership are women chartered accountants. And it was just in 2015, it was only 20%, 19 or 20%. So the numbers are rising year after year. The second pillar for ICAI is all of you, the students of ICAI. We have 10 lakh plus students across the length and breadth of the country, and each one of you have a greatest responsibility. And whenever you say I'm a student of ICAI, there is no distinction that you are from Salem or you are from Siliguri near West Bengal, in West Bengal, or you are from Shimla. A CS student across the country will have the same status. And okay, can you help me about certain aspects on tax, certain aspects on finance? 20 years back, maybe the 20th century era, we are in 21st century. That was a physical era. And this past 20 years, slowly, without our maybe knowledge, I used to say that 20 kids, okay, we call them as 20K kids, okay, those who are born 2000 after, okay, after 2000. My son is in that particular category. They need not be taught technology. Actually, we learn more from them. So I'm not here to share with you what technology is all about. But I'm here only to highlight and maybe to enlighten a spark inside you that you are a torch bearer of our institute. You are a torch bearer of this great institution. And there has been a confidence on our institute, our pillars of our institute, members and students, that they will show us the right direction. They'll give clarity on whether it is tax matters or finance matters. So this is like a torch, or it is like a viral a message created by ICAI that we should spread the literacy among our countrymen. We are a population of 140 crore plus, and chartered accountants, we are not even close to a few lakhs. So members plus students, we are hardly 13 lakhs. And you know what is the third pillar? The internal, the employees of ICAI. Today, whatever you see, whatever you interact with institute is maybe brick and mortar and maybe technology, wires and the computer terminals. But behind that, people are there. So they support members, they support students, they interact with government, they interact with any stakeholders of whomsoever they come connect with. So all three of us, we have a responsibility to our country. And I will take you through some of the developments, especially forget about this PowerPoint, but I want to share with you various aspects, various developments that has taken place, especially on the digital front. Let me take up first instance, what we call it as recent year, 2022, there has been an announcement by our finance minister. You know what is that announcement? That announcement in February 1, 2022 was about digital currency. And this announcement came even last year also. at the middle of pandemic, Reserve Bank of India, they came out with an announcement that digital currency will be introduced by Reserve Bank of India, and formal announcement will be made by government. Now, what is this digital currency? Is it something special? And already we are using a digital wallet. Okay, so I need not tell you what a digital wallet is. Maybe you can give a lot of examples of digital wallet, starting with GPay or PhonePe or Paytm or MobiKwik or Yono of SBI, so many. But let us understand one thing, that your digital wallet is a extension of your bank account. Is an extension of your bank account, or in simple terms, we can say your digital wallet is your current account of your bank account, a mini current account. But for example, if your wallet has 5,000 rupees, it will not fetch interest. It will be there, and you can transfer it to your another friend who is also having a digital wallet. Again, that should be connected to a bank account. So there is a base, and from the base only it is the branch grows, and one branch is a digital wallet. Well, today in your purse you carry currency. Now this is a paper currency and a secured instrument, maybe because of the printing technology what they have adopted, and some kind of foil and all they have used in this paper. You can say this is a secured or a security printed instrument. Okay, this is actually a debt instrument. People can steal, they can steal money from me. Now, imagine if this is in a digital format, the same 500 rupee in a digital format. Now, you may wonder, okay, already digital wallet is in digital format. But digital wallet is only an extension of your bank account. Imagine your bank account is not there, your digital wallet may not be there. Okay. Point number 2. For a digital currency, you don't need a bank account, but you need a digital currency account. You need to open a digital currency account. For example, I have 50,000 rupees in my savings bank account. You need to open a digital currency account in any of your bank, which they will be announcing. Now, you may ask a question, do we have a model like this anywhere in the world? Yes, it is there. And 9 countries have already launched a digital currency and never connect this with cryptocurrency. Okay, that is totally different. Now, which are those 9 countries? Nigeria is one country, and they have introduced this on October 2021 only, last year. Bahamas is another country. And you have 7 Eastern Caribbean Union countries, 7. So these are 7 plus 2, 9 countries. Now, which are those 7? Dominica, St. Kitts, Antigua and Barbuda, Grenada, Saint Lucia, and Montserrat, and Grenadines and Saint Vincent. These are the 7 countries plus 2 countries, Nigeria and Bahamas. They have already introduced digital currency. That means you need not carry a purse, but you have to carry digital currency in some format. Now, in which format you will carry? You can carry a digital currency through a token. Now, what do you mean by a token? A token is a very simple a card like this. In the card, there will be a chip, and in the chip, you can load the currency. From your savings bank account, 50,000, you can transfer 10,000 to your digital currency account, and the digital currency can be transmitted to your card. Now, this is not connected to your bank account. Once it is loaded in this, it is not connected to your bank account. But all your credit cards, your debit cards, your digital wallets are all connected to your bank. Digital currency doesn't get that. So that means even if I lose, if this is lost, 5,000 rupees is lost. You may wonder, oh, it will be lost? No. No. Because to enable this, you need a password. So there will be two-factor authentication, what you have and what you remember. Sometimes what you are also, maybe by thumb or retina. So there can be a three-factor authentication or a two-factor authentication. Thereby your currency is safe. Second, today any digital transaction, for example, you do even a digital wallet you use, or use a credit card, use a debit card, okay, or I'm going to discuss many of the digital payments methods, and also the safeguards also at the end. There will be bank charges. There will be digital payment charges. So like there is a dialogue in Anniyan, 5 paisa திருடினா தப்பா இல்ல, தினமும் 5 பைசா திருடினா தப்பா தப்பு மாதிரி, தினமும் 5000 பேர்கிட்ட இருந்து 5 பைசா திருடினா பெரிய தப்பு. That is what will happen in, of course, I am not making fun of the banking side, but they have technology, they give support. So therefore, there is a necessity for them to make a charge. Good. So unnoticed, these charges are paid. So in a digital currency, you don't make any payments. Good. Now, this year, 2022-23, Government of India will be launching digital currency. And anytime you can expect that announcement. And please remember that this will be called as a retail digital currency, because you are all going to use it. Now, if I have the digital currency in this card, okay, how can I transfer it? I can even transfer this in my smartwatches. 1 lakh drone pilots, and minimum salary will be 30,000 and above. It depends upon the drone. Okay, it depends upon the drone. And it will be a surprise to all of you that today drone has become rather than okay, whenever you go to a function, we see drones flying. So that used to be an attraction, but today it has become a necessity. So they say earthworms are friend for farmers. We have to add earthworms, comma, drones are also very important friend for farmers. And not only in agriculture, okay, in Vivasayam, whether it is mining, infrastructure, audit, okay, stock audit. For example, today there was one inquiry for a very big steel industry in India to do stock audit, and the yard in which steel will be kept, it will run for kilometers. Even if you have to walk and inspect, you need minimum 2-3 days to just walk only one round. So walking போயிட்டு வரலாம் அப்படின்னா ஒரு 2-3 நாள். So that is the distance. Okay, that is there, and the various places steels are there. So they say books of accounts and the physical quantity has to be reconciled. So you give us a report. So they said you have only 24 hours. So நடக்கிறதுக்கே 3 நாள் அப்ப எப்படி கவுண்ட் பண்றது? They said use technology. Okay, and today we can use drones for our stock audit. So you can sit in one place, let drone alone can go, it can take photographs, it can even take the length, breadth, height, width, everything. But maybe மூட்டைக்குள்ள என்ன இருக்குன்னு மட்டும் தான் தெரியும். மூட்டைக்குள்ள போய் நான் டெஸ்ட் செக் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா மூட்டை இருக்குன்னு சொல்லணும். ஆனா மூட்டைக்குள்ள பருப்பு இருக்கா, அரிசி இருக்கா, we need to actually physically go and verify. Maybe that is called sample check. You don't do a 100% stock testing. You only do sample. So not only in infrastructure, surveillance. Okay, so all of you would have seen, especially during the pandemic time, in the news they will show one 30-second bit. Okay, how the drone, the police will actually catch the kids who are actually coming out and then they are playing. Okay, so emergency response, geospatial mapping, defense, law enforcement, and tax collection. You will be surprised in Chhattisgarh. In Chhattisgarh, the corporation of Raipur, okay, Raipur is the capital of Chhattisgarh, they are using drones to take the, see, people they submit some kitna square feet hai aapka ghar, they'll say oh 500 square feet hi hai, oh 500 multiplied by 10, 5,000 rupees you pay. But actually you go and inspect, 500 square feet nahi hoga, wo to 5,000 square feet. So then how to confirm it? People have to go in person and then verify. When the officials go in person, you know in India what people do. Okay, so therefore officials will not go, but drones will go. So this is only some examples they have given, and for your information, I was surprised when DGCA, Director General of Civil Aviation, they said we will give licenses called the pilot licenses. Pilot is for commercial pilot license, they call CPL, commercial pilot license. And here also they give license, it is called remote pilot license. You will sit in one place and you will drive a drone, and of course a monitor will be there. You will see the monitor and drive. Okay, so those, especially I used to tell somebody saw that, especially my children only this, இவ்வளவுதான் drone ஓட்டுறது, நாங்க இதெல்லாம் 10 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடியே வீடியோ கேம்ல ஓட்டிட்டோம். And even today there are so many simulation games, take off of flight and So all these will give, so what was a gain for you, today it is going to be a life. Okay, it's going to be. And I was thrilled when they said, you have 5 types of drones. One is nano drone. You may not even know, okay, that is actually a drone. Okay, so it can go whichever place, even a drone, if somebody sees a drone, they may shoot it down. So it will go like a bug. It is less than 250 grams. Further, there is no need for a remote pilot license. Second, you have a micro drone, 250 grams to 2 kilos. For that also, you don't need a remote pilot license. But anything above 2 kilos, you need a remote pilot license. Okay, that is called small drone, 2 kilos to 25 kilos. And medium drone is 25 kgs to 150 kgs. And large drones are more than 150 kgs. I was surprised to see one drone is 350 kilo. They call it as drone taxi. So the days are not far off. Okay, in a you have to go and program it. You should not talk to anything. But to go, the drone will come to top of our ICAI. So madam will permit, okay, and red color set any more to so any more to go on a madam drop. So drone taxis, if you have to drive, okay, there is a mandatory requirement for a pilot license, remote pilot license. So all this, and I want to share with you something very interesting, that so far 646 models are listed in DGCA, which has been approved. Only those drones only you can buy. And for your information, somebody was asking, it is between, minimum cost is 10,000 rupees till 10 lakhs. So depending upon what you want. So, and somebody was mentioning, 10,000 ரூபாய்க்கெல்லாம் ட்ரோன் கிடைக்குதாமே, என்னங்க ஒரு ட்ரோன் எனக்கு வாங்கி கொடுங்க. என்னத்துக்கு, என்ன வேணும்? இல்ல ரொம்ப போர் அடிக்கிறது, பக்கத்து வீட்டுல என்ன நடக்குதுன்னு எட்டி பார்க்க முடியாது. So people have gone to, and their thinking will go in that extent. Good. This is another development. I am sure the next 1 year, 2 years or 3 years, you are going to see this development. I'll just share with you something which is very interesting for our profession, especially as a finance professional. You will be surprised. So far, how many startups have been formed to manufacture drones in India? Okay, across the country. They are only manufacturing drone and drone related components. Okay, drone and drone related components. So as a private limited company, as an LLP. So in the coming days forward, you will audit a drone manufacturing companies or a drone service providing companies. So they will buy drones and they will provide services. Of course, GST will be there. Okay. So this is how the technology development, how it will have an impact to our profession also, you need to think. Good. So that is one thing I want to share very interestingly. Another development that has been happening, and almost you can say it's ready to take off. Okay. And Madam Vijay Lakshmi, you have to tell me, Madam, when I have to stop. Okay. Right. This is called as UL PIN, and recent February 1st, 2022, Madam Sitaraman has announced this. Okay, what is this UL PIN? It is called Unique Land Parcel Identification Number. Unique Land Parcel Identification Number. So today, say your dad has given you an information. Hey, the Mailadugura பக்கத்துல ஒரு நமக்குன்னு ஒரு 2 ஏக்கர் இருக்கு, ஆனா டாக்குமெண்ட் தான் இருக்கு, ஆனா 2 ஏக்கர் எங்க இருக்குன்னு தெரியல, போய் பார்த்துட்டு வா. So you take that survey number. So survey number, you go and you get down at Mayiladuthurai junction. Okay. So you take Ulavan Express and get down at, and then you ask auto driver, the survey number போடு. He'll see you from top to bottom. Saudhuraki, எங்கேருந்து வந்து காலங்காத்தா. Okay, because the train will go to Mayiladuthurai at early morning 3 a.m. Okay. Or address சொல்றாங்க, survey number சொல்றாங்க. So now how do you actually identify a land today? So you have to go to a sub-registrar office and you have to give that number to him. See, I'll go inside, bring the register, and he will do CL30. He'll say, "Adu anga irukku." So there, if you go and see that the land will be in between some 20-30 acres. To identify that land, again you need a person or a geo mapping person. He has to come and actually say, no, adu avanga land, idu ivanga land, idu da avanga land. So to that extent, today you are dependent on the records. So we can call that as textual record of rights. It is called as textual record of rights. So today you want to establish your right. How do you establish? Only through a textual record of right. Now, the starting point of this was initiated in Andhra Pradesh, government of Andhra Pradesh. So we all know that for a human being, the digital identity is Aadhaar. Okay, Aadhaar. And Aadhaar is a how many digit number? 12 digit. There are 12 months in a year, 12 digit for Aadhaar. Now, if Aadhaar is the digital identity for a human being, can we have a digital identity for a land? Possible. And that is Bhoodar. Bhumi Aadhaar. Bhoodar. Okay. So who introduced this? The concept was first brought out by the government of Andhra Pradesh. So I need not tell you which chief minister brought it. You all know that. Okay. So it is none other than Chandrababu Naidu. Now, this Bhoodar will be in 2 stages. First, they will give you a temporary Bhoodar based on your textual record of right. And after that, they will give you a permanent Bhoodar number based on geo coordinates. That is the latitude and longitude where your land is situated. Now this concept was multiplied, okay, enhanced, and Government of India has given a name called ULPIN. It is called our unique land parcel identification number. Now this unique land parcel identification number is applicable for only urban land? No, not only urban land, village land, forest land, you name it. Okay, so we say Neidal, Palai, okay, so all these 5 types of land. For all these types of land, you have this ULPIN, and they have already recorded this in digital format. And the only thing what each one of us has to do henceforth is, it is a 14-digit alphanumeric number, ULPIN. And once this 14-digit alphanumeric number is there, you can actually, there will be a separate portal given to you. You can put that number, it will exactly show where your land is. And that is the speciality about this ULPIN. And I'll just share with you something very interesting today. I'm sure India is one country with 28 states and 8 union territories, 36 we can say, and which is again fragmented into or further subdivided into 6,58,160 villages. 6,58,160 villages. And let us take only in Tamil Nadu alone, how many sub-registrar offices are there? 575 sub-registrar offices. And how many are there in Chennai alone? There are 64 SROs in Chennai alone. which has records of all the properties, okay, land, building, whatever you say, they have the record. And all these records will be converted to digital. And digitization is happening from, you will be surprised, it is not happening from 1940 or 1950 from independence. The digitization is happening from 1880. That means almost we are going back more than 140 years. Okay. So more than 140 to 150 years of land records are digitized. So interesting part is, since it is connected to Aadhaar, the moment an Aadhaar is put up, so for example, the name is called Nupur Sharma. You put Nupur Sharma and Aadhaar, tak, 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 it will show for Nupur Sharma, 18 locations she is owning properties. And it will show from the India map, it will show the pins also. These are the locations. To that extent, the informations will be transparent. Okay. And for your information, this work is already over, and only the formal inauguration with respect to geo-coordinate correct mapping has to be done. So that means, how the geo-coordinate mapping will be done? You have to go take your record to the office and say, my UL PIN number, you please give me. Anybody who is actually going to transfer a document, transfer a land, transfer a property, without a UL PIN, that document will not be registered. So that will become a mandate. So next another 2 or 3 years, this digitization will actually will make it significant in the especially property transaction. And once this is made mandatory, you will see a sea change in our income tax return. Already current year in income tax return, especially computation of capital gains, the date of purchase and date of sale have to be mentioned. It all started with only give me sale consideration, give your cost of purchase or cost of index cost of acquisition. What is capital gain? No, for this year, they are asking you to give the date of purchase and date of sale. Now, one more step they will go. You will pin. Okay. So, once all these are, everything will get, so that means if you have made a transaction, you have made a sale of UL PIN and you don't declare it in your income tax return, automatically it will show that these transactions have not been recorded. So more compliance will automatically, okay, transparency. So that is with respect to UL PIN. Okay, your land in Mailadurai is now identified. Ithanala inoda kenatha kanome. Adukku edavadhu unique kenner identification number irukka. So maybe we have to give a separate geo coordinates for kenner also. Okay. Now I am coming for I will take another maybe maximum 20 minutes, not more than that.
ICAI.
I will now take maximum another 20 minutes, and we'll have maybe I'll request Monica to have a mic. If any queries are there, you can put those questions to me. There are many points I want to share, but maybe whatever points I want to share, all are futuristic. Okay, so these are some important security measures. Actually, I just want to share with you with respect to digital payments. Okay, now maybe before I go into this aspect, because this is very important, I will share with you, maybe all of you are very fond of or very comfortable in using a digital wallet. So I'll just give some inputs about digital wallets, and then I'll go into this particular aspect. I'll just share with you an interesting statistics. Last year, that is 2021, we can take 21-22, we can take 21-22 last year. Okay, financial year 21-22. The number of digital transactions, digital payments that were made. Okay, so out of all the digital payments, especially for e-commerce transaction, only for e-commerce transaction I will take. 55% of e-commerce transactions have happened only through digital wallets. 55%. The next rank, the second rank goes to maybe after that. You may say, okay, what happened to credit cards, debit cards, and what happened to cash on delivery? Okay, there's some very intelligent people are there. I will only order online, but I will not make any payment. Let the product come. Then only I will give cash. So cash on delivery was 3%. Okay, of the total e-commerce. And 55% of the transactions were done through digital wallets. Now, you will be surprised. In India, there are more than 20 digital wallets. Now, what is a digital wallet in simple terms? It is an application which you download, install, and then connect it to your bank account using PAN and Aadhaar. Okay, so this is your digital wallet. And for your information, is there any ATM card they will give for digital wallet? No. Is there any card facility they will give? No. Is there any check facility is there? No. Now, is there any interest you will get if at all you have money in your digital wallet? No. That means it is a current account. So, in short, you have to use it only for some maybe urgent payment purpose. And today, it is most useful for home students, homemakers. என்னங்க இந்த வீட்டுக்கு வரும்போது இதெல்லாம் வாங்கிட்டு வா, இதெல்லாம் எனக்கு டைம் இல்லை, நான் வந்து உனக்கு ஜிபே ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர் பண்ணிடுறேன், நீயே வாங்கிக்கோ. Okay, so homemakers, aged parents. But for your information, I want to make up, even today, senior citizens, out of 100, you can take 80% and above, they don't want to use their digital transactions, okay, or digital payments. But these are all maybe in simple terms, maybe there are aged senior citizens who are metro-based senior citizens. They are actually accustomed to it because of their friendship. Empa in the digital payment la pannalame, okay, enakku solli kodu. Okay, and you know there are many grandparents who learn from their grandchildren, not from their sons or daughters. Okay, the grandparents they learn from their grandchildren. Ada, naan sollita. And they will also very fondly learn from their grandchildren. And if you are lucky enough to have a grandfather or grandmother, so try to spend the maximum time with your grandparents. Good. Now I want to make one observation to all of you here. You are using digital wallets, because once I give the statistics, then I go for the security measures. How people dupe. So I acknowledge the august presence of Regional Council member, C. Umashi. After this, I'll take you to this security measures. And of course, you are all young, 2000 kids, I can say. You are more matured enough to actually handle a security threat. But the perpetrators are even more smarter, and day by day they are becoming smarter. So that is one scenario where these kind of sessions will actually help us to be a little more literate compared to what has happened. Okay, yesterday it has happened like this, so let us be aware. oh, 1 week before it happened like this, let us be alert. And what are all the basic precautions we have to take? And not only with respect to our digital transaction, we should also tell this. We should also spread this literacy to our known circle, friend circle, parents. Okay, so known associates. We need to tell them. Be careful. Now, you have payment banks. When digital payments you can use done through digital wallets, like GPay, PhonePe, Dhani, Beam app, Paytm. I must tell you one thing that this is one company where they popularized and made everyone to actually use digital money, which we call it as digital wallet. Paytm, Karo, okay. But the background of the people, the founders of the particular company, they are not friendly founders to our country. So that actually made government of India to come out with the Desi digital wallets. So the Desi digital wallets is your Beam app, PhonePe. Okay, so all these are the Desi app or the government of India's the security app. You may wonder whether GPay is not secure and other digital wallets are not secure. They have huge data. They know your taste, your spending taste. So they can tell you on Monday to Saturday what will be your spending pattern. On Sunday, what will be your spending pattern. So, and they can send you offers. So they will induce you to actually spend. So all these will happen through digital wallets. So as I told you, digital wallet is one way of, is an extension of your bank account. And normally bank account means you have to log in, all this stuff. The moment you open the app, everything is there, and the simplicity of the digital wallet is you use it only for spending purpose, not to earn. Okay, 99% of us, we don't use digital wallets for, okay, earning is only for spending. Good. Now, want to make one more observation here. I want to give one distinction between a payment bank and a digital wallet. Today we have payment banks in India. How many payment banks? You have 6 payment banks. Example, Airtel is a payment bank. NSDL is a payment bank. Now, they have a payment bank license. Reserve Bank of India has given a payment bank license, and there is a regulation for them. Only thing is, payment bank cannot issue credit card, and there is a restricted deposit. They can only accept maximum 2 lakh deposit per customer. They cannot give loan. Okay, and you can open a savings account as well as a current account, and they will also give you an ATM card. Okay, so of course that can be account based and app based also, you can operate it. So today payment banks through that, so especially you can use it as an extension also. Your digital wallet also can be an extension to your payment banks, and your savings account or your normal savings account, current account also, you can actually extend it to your digital wallets. Good. Now come to these safety and security measures in digital transactions. Okay. This is the first thing I want to make this point to all of you. Point number 1. Credit card transactions. Okay, credit card is also a digital payment. Okay. And last year I was mentioning that people were actually using 55% of e-commerce transactions were used through digital wallets, and 16% through credit cards, and 13% through the debit cards. So that will actually constitute the major chunk of your e-commerce transaction. And another percentage through the net banking or your online banking. Okay. How many of us we audit the credit card statements? Every time, and today there is those of you who are using Android application. It may not work in iOS. In Apple, it will not work, but in Android, it will work. For example, you are using two credit cards. One is, let us say, ICICI, and another is, let us say, Axis Bank. Okay, two credit cards you are using. And as and when you use the credit cards for various expenditure, travel, okay, stay, and entertainment, okay, various, you will get an SMS. You can consolidate this SMS based on your expenditures. You can group it, you can tag it. For example, you go to Sangeeta and you swipe it. So 400 rupees Hotel Sangeeta charges you. So you can say this is Hotel Sangeeta, means you tag it in food and other related expenditures. So you have an app called Walnut. So that Walnut app will actually scan all your expenditure SMS and then consolidate tag based on the category of expenses, travel, convenience. Okay, petrol expenses all will come in convenience. So you booked a train ticket or a air ticket, it will be merged in the travel. So in a month, you can say when is your billing date. So that billing cycle, you can actually see what is your consolidated expenditure. And sometimes it will also, you can also keep a check on that. What is, it should not go beyond this particular expenditure for food or travel or for conveyance. So that application will not work in iOS. iOS has a feature that they will not allow any application to scan the SMS. You are able to understand the thread between an Android phone and an iOS phone. So in an iOS application, there are applications. Walnut is one of the highly rated application. People you have millions of followers, millions of people who use Walnut. There are many people who have changed from iOS to Android only for the purpose of all these kinds of features. Okay, one of these features is this. But now, rather than application scanning your expenditure, as a human being, can we scan the expenditure and audit them and then reconcile? So have a notebook, have a diary, and as and when you make an expenditure, just make a note of it. Or already you have an SMS. So weekly once you write down the expenditure, what you have done. And once you received a credit card statement, tick each and every item and never allow a credit card company to actually debit your credit card with any amount other than what you are used to for. Okay, this is point number one. Second, that is with respect to check. And not only with respect to credit card, whether it is you are using a digital wallet, whether you are using even a debit card you see that statement. Okay, whether it is 100 rupee or 20 rupee or 2000 rupees, never mind it. Pick each and every item, and I will say that is our fundamental quality as a chartered accountant. Then, minimum two-factor authentication. Any kind of digital transaction. Now, what do you mean by two-factor authentication? What you have and what you remember is two-factor. That is fundamental. For example, you go to an ATM machine. ATM machine, there will be minimum two-factor. So what you have is a card. Okay. So without a card, you cannot access the ATM machine. So what you have and what you remember is your PIN number. So that is a minimum two-factor authentication. Any digital payment without a two-factor authentication, never enter into it. And it will be still ideal if you go for a three-factor authentication. But the three-factor authentication, you need to have some devices. You need to scan your thumb on all these places. And giving your thumb impression in a external device is not advisable. Unless in other words, it is your device. Because your thumb impression is almost your, you have a digital payment mechanism called AEPS. It is called Aadhaar Enabled Payment System. And today that is the reason government has issued one press release. I don't know how many of you have watched that. That press release says, please don't share your Aadhaar card. As such, don't share. So what Aadhaar will have? Aadhaar will have a name, father's name, age, the date of birth will be there, address will be there. Irukattum. Aadhaar number, please mask it. So you can go to the UIDAI, that site, and you can download digital Aadhaar. Digital Aadhaar, full Aadhaar, digital Aadhaar, masked Aadhaar. That masked Aadhaar will mask the numbers. So because the 12-digit number, people may steal your, today, in so many places you would have used your thumb. Especially when you go and buy a new mobile, they say, or SIM free. You know why SIM is given free? They want your thumb. So you put your thumb and get the SIM. And they say, first month bill is free. Oh, $200. Oh, prepaid. First month bill is free. Now, why they are giving all this free? There is no free lunch in this country, in this world. If somebody is offering free, that means they are taking more than that from you. What is that more than that? Your data, your thumb. And your thumb impression is very, very significant. And in digital payment, one mechanism of digital payment is called AEPS, Aadhaar Enabled Payment System. So Aadhaar Enabled Payment System, two methods you can have. One is give the Aadhaar number and an OTP will come to your registered mobile number. And give your Aadhaar number and enable the transaction through your thumb. Your thumb is your OTP. So which one you want? I gave one. Sir, OTP ya thumb? Always go for OTP. No thumb. In third-party devices, don't use thumb. Okay. Check. Now, verify your payment receipt. I don't know how many of you check this, especially in my whenever I go with friends, family, I make it a point that the bill have to be audited. And எவ்வளோ பரோட்டா சாப்பிட்டோம், எவ்வளோ இட்லி கவுண்ட் பண்ணு, நீ எவ்வளோ சாப்பிட்ட கவுண்ட் பண்ணு, then audit the bill. சரி, so எல்லாம் வந்துட்டா good. Now what is the, you are giving a card to pay. Now he will go, he will swipe it and you give the number and you get a payment receipt. He will say, do you want a receipt or not? Sometime out of over into we will say, no, we don't need a printout, we'll go green, so no need for a printout. Ask for a small printout, check whether that amount what has been swiped. Sometimes the bill amount will be actually 609. 609 reverse பண்ணுங்க 906. அவன் இப்படி காமிப்பான், சார் பாருங்க 609 தான். Actually ஸ்ட்ரைட்டா காமிச்சா 906. Okay, so we have to be very careful. The payment receipt. Have a dedicated payment method for online transaction. Now, what do you mean by this? Say, this online transaction, online payment, online transfer, all are ease of doing activities. But there should be a control in the form of a boundary. For example, in an office, a CA office, we can say, today, in a chartered accountant office, very many payments happen, whether it is a payment for vendors in the form of rent, electricity, okay, paper person, and for water charges, okay, telephone charges, okay, so many things, the vendor payments are made. Transfer to various, and for with respect to tax payments, with respect to expenditures, transfer to the associates, many payments. Remember, maybe in an office there are 7 people, 10 people, 20 people are there. Every one of us should not be involved with the digital payments. That will only multiply the error and also control labs will be there. So in an organization, the best method of digital payment method for online transaction means there should be a document, a book. So who is doing it? When they did it? So what is the time? So which system? So dedicated payment means you should have a dedicated terminal. It can be either a desktop or a laptop. Number 2, I will even go one step ahead. There should be a dedicated person only should do it. So that he will be the only person who will know the track of every transaction. Rather than sometimes it will happen, duplicate payment will be made. So again 12,000 paid, another 12,000 paid. We have to again ask him, you again remit another 12,000. So all this can be avoided. So document it, and especially if it is in thousands, hundreds means okay. Anything in thousands and lakhs, okay. The digital payments, it will go in one shot. But always suggested first make a 1 rupee digital payment. Only 1 rupee. 1 rupee per. Okay. That 1 rupee, if it is going perfectly, go for 1,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees or 1 lakh rupees. So because you already have an evidence that it has gone to the right account. So you can get a confirmation also from the other side whether you have received that particular credit. Okay, I'll go for it. Okay, so the dedicated person, dedicated terminal, and test transfers. All these will actually give you a comfort over digital transaction. Okay. Right. Maybe I'll take another 1 or 2 minutes maximum, and then I'll leave the floor open. Use biometric authentication only when required. This point I already covered. So never give your thumb in a third-party systems unless and otherwise it is an authenticated place. Okay, like for example, so that is a place where banks, when you have to open a bank account, so they will say no, you have to give your thumb because Aadhaar have to be verified. So there you have to give. So not in anywhere. Okay, because Aadhaar enabled payment system will be enabled through your thumb. So your thumb and your Aadhaar 12-digit number is sufficient. So already unmasked Aadhaar, if it is circulating, I'll get. And your thumb is also known. That means I can actually enter your bank account. Okay, it means your bank account door is not closed. Good. So double check QR code. I need not explain this. All of you are aware about it. So it is very simple. So maybe you would have also seen many of the short videos. So especially before somebody actually took their bank account QR code and in a printed plastic. So they went to one store, and when the store keeper was about, he turned and then he picked one article. They swapped the QR code with their QR code, their account QR code, and then in front of him, see, payment transfer 3,000. Oh, very good, please. Actually, the payment has gone only to his bank account, not to the vendor or storekeeper's account. So I need not tell stories on this, you know many. Okay. So never use a debit card. Only credit card. I only give 1 or 2 tips. Okay. I'm not against debit card. Okay. But I don't know how many of you have watched the Mani Ratnam's Roja film. Okay. In that, the first scene, the hero, Arvind Swami, he will come along with the village people, and he will see the elder sister. Okay. And the story is different. Then he will marry the younger sister. Now, when the bride singing ceremony is there, the parties and all will be sitting there. And one party will say, okay. He will say, I'm a crypt analyst. Okay. At that time, crypt analyst was totally new, but Mani Ratnam was 20 years far ahead. Okay. So we never knew what a crypt analyst when Roja film came. Today we know what a crypt analyst means. Now, if the same Roja is shot today, same Mani Ratnam is shooting the same scene, that grandmother will ask one question today. Maapplayoda credit score enne? Today, credit score is very important. And youngsters, you must understand that Today, the day you qualify as a chartered accountant, there will be one guy who will tap you from behind. Congratulations. I am from OCI Bank. OCI la naanga card kudukurom. Adala OCI. அப்படியா எவ்வளவு லிமிட் ஒன்றும் இல்லை just give me your COP certificate. We'll give you 5 lakhs limit. Wow. Okay. So use it. Okay. So when you use it and you default in your payment, your credit score from 1 to 999, it is from 1 to 999, 3 digit, it will fall down slowly. And never be a guarantor to somebody else. Somebody will come, he will bring especially without rainfall, he will bring an umbrella. And he will say, why umbrella you are? No, please come with me. You have to sign a guarantee signature. So loan will be received by loan will be taken by Vadivel. Okay. But the guarantee signature will be put by Parcel. Okay. And remember, if the loan is defaulted by Vadivelu, the credit score of Parcel also will come down. So vice versa also will happen. So please understand that even if you are a guarantor, okay, if you are a guarantor, your credit score can affect. It is not because of your credit worthiness, because of the credit unworthiness of the borrower to whom you are given a guarantee. Now, you have not done anything like that. Okay, you have not put any guarantee. You have not borrowed from anybody. You are only using your bank account from using debit card. Then how will I know your credit worthiness? And one day you go to the bank, sir, புதுசா ஒரு மாடல் வந்திருக்கு மஹிந்திரா Scorpio, I need a loan of 15 lakhs. So he will go and see CIBIL empty. Empty means no transaction. If transaction is not there, will it show 0? There is no score. It will only say no score. So he will say you should build your score. Now how to build your score? Credit card. Any payment, use a credit card and on time make the payment. On time you make the payment, your credit score will improve. There are twin advantage. Indirectly your credit score will increase. And second, you are getting your money rotated for at least 40 days minimum. Okay, 40 days minimum you can rotate. And how you can maximize the date? Use 2 credit cards. One credit card, it will be on 15th, the billing cycle. Another credit card, 30th billing cycle. Card 1 cycle will be 15th. Card 2 will be 30th. Now today's date is 6th of June. Don't use credit card 1, use credit card 2. Now once the 15th is over, you are on 16th or 17th. Use credit card 1 because just now credit card 1 billing is over on 15th. So thereby you can extend your credit period and your credit score also can increase. And never, there will be always I will say a beat. The credit card balance is 18,000, but minimum payment is only 2,000. Don't pay minimum payment. You pay minimum payment, that means your credit score slightly will come down. You default, so that means before the due date, the money should be paid. Your credit score will increase. So how to build credit score is the only way. There is no other way. Friends, thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. I'll be happy to take any questions if at all. Normally classroom la solluven yarkaga doubt irukka nariya per kai thooka maatanga. So that means there are 2 possibilities. One, right from the beginning, what I said, like a drone, it has flown away. Okay, onnum puriyala, or everything was clear. But there is an intermediate people. Okay, konjam purinjadu, konjam puriyala. So I'll invite queries from them.
I think the students all are here with their digital wallet, and next time they will be using it prudently. And I would request Rekha ma'am to go on to the dais, and Vijayalakshmi ma'am to also go to the dais. And on behalf of SIRC, we would like to give a small memento to our speaker by RCM, CA Rekha ma'am. I request CA Rekha ma'am to give the vote of thanks.
Very good evening to all the members and students who have assembled here. I think this is the second time I am telling the vote of thanks for GKS sir. So I think GKS sir needs no introduction. A person who is well versed in the digital era, takes classes for ISA valuation, so he is a master, and I can say he's a tiger in the subject itself. So one thing I have to apologize that I couldn't be for the session from the beginning. So whatever little I had the chance to be in the session, I think it was useful, and it was the same for all of you. I think this is one subject even I was interested in. So I mean, definitely, I think no one of us will forget that crypto analyst thing which you said, and I think I have to go revisit the film again to see what exactly is a professional reference for me. Okay, so and. Indeed, very useful tips for any person who is dealing in digital payments and processing, and the safeguards you have to take in mind while dealing with those. And we are very fortunate to have you here, sir, especially on this special day when we celebrate 75 years of independence and we have lots of programs being organized by ICAI. Once again, on behalf of SIRC, the entire team, Vijayalakshmi ma'am, the entire team of Monica, Salva sir, and Ratnavelu sir, who are always behind all the programs busy organizing this. Thank you very much, sir, for taking us through this. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much, students, and your snacks is at the back of the canopy. Yes, thank you so much.